I am Dr. Ignacio. I'm a lecturer at the University of the West Indies School of Pharmacy. Um, and I'm here at the Andromeda Botanical Garden where we have a newly installed Ethnobotanical garden. And I am a scientist, and my research interest is looking for bioactive molecules extracted from indigenous plants. And as I look around, I see in this newly installed garden many species of indigenous Caribbean plants. And these plants can become potential cures for all types of diseases and ailments. In particular, I have an interest in prostate cancer, and I will tell you a little bit. At our cell culture lab, we have already discovered a few bioactive compounds with the potential for treatment of prostate cancer. But today we'll be looking at, another plant for another reason. So it's an exciting time here at this newly installed garden in Barbados, where we will be initiating research to match chemotaxonomy to families of endemic and indigenous Caribbean plants. Alright, so it is our intent to identify potential plants or candidates that have different bioactive molecules, including antiviral, anti-cancer, and also plants with wound healing properties. And we will be looking at some of these plants that have wound healing properties today. What we will try to do is assess the ethnomedicinal value of these installed indigenous plants that are here at the garden. Plants already known anecdotally and some of them scientifically for their medicinal value, right? And some of the common compounds in these plants are already known for having, wound healing properties and different properties for the treatment of diseases. So we want to really verify the presence of these healing compounds in these plants. So we have to extract it from the plant and then test them, at a cellular level or using animals, all right, to really find out how they work and to see if we can develop some sort of medicine or bandage. So we're talking about wound healing, right? So some sort of bandage or dressing that can be used for medicines. So today we're going to look at two plants, all right, the blue vervain and the seaside sage, also known as the I think it's yellow balsam. So the seaside sage, the scientific name Croton flavans, from the family Euphorbiaceae. It was used in slavery times to manage or to heal fresh wounds. Alright, it was considered to be a remedy for various skin conditions, dermatological wounds like cuts and burns and bruises. And according to research, this plant may have these pharmacological properties, including antiseptic, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antiviral, these types of activities. And one of the writers, his name was Gooden, he said that a few drops of the transparent liquid from the footstalks of the leaves, and I'm quoting him directly, rubbed with the finger on the palm of the hand, soon thickens to constitute a salve. Think about that, a salve. It will be interesting to establish scientific validation for this particular plant. And the second plant we will talk about is the blue vervain. the extract of this plant has been shown to have antioxidant. The leaves, right? The leaves from this plant has been shown to have antioxidants and some analgesic benefits. So it is believed that this particular extract is what you call a radical scavenger that may work with other compounds to act as a skin conditioner and emollient. So it is said to have a emollient effect. So the extract from the leaves is said to have this effect. So it, the screening of the blue vervain, the leaves of this blue vervain has already been shown to have many families of compounds, including compounds like flavonoids, tannins, saponins, responsible for that wound healing property. So again, it will be interesting to really look at this on a cellular level, using maybe in vitro studies, maybe using animal models, and to really test to see if we can figure out the mechanism of action of this plant, if it really works. So we need to further validate its use for wound healing. So wouldn't it be exceptional to use all these wonderful compounds to develop novel wound healing dressings, formulations like bandages and ointments and salves that may have advantages over these, conventional medications, conventional dressings that I use. When we think back, sophisticated drugs and past remedies, they have come from plants, but we still really need to understand so much more about the treatment for various diseases. And a well-known example is the anti-cancer drug paclitaxel, a compound that is extracted from the Pacific yew. Alright, and it is used to treat many solid cancers. There was a tendency, however, to over-extract, to cut down many trees, because the compound was, it was in such small quantities in these plants, and it resulted in low yields, but, over-harvesting occurred. So, because of, having botanical gardens, something like this, it was found that this particular compound that was present in the Pacific yew was also present in the common yew. So these trees were more readily abundant, so they were able to use them to extract. And having an ethnobotanical garden will be valuable in this aspect, as it's a major force, it's a major way for the conservation and the sustainable use of plant diversity. And this is here and worldwide. We really truly want to, use these natural plants to develop these things. Since medicinal plants, they play a great role of developing these novel compounds. Alright, so this garden would be this ethnobotanical garden here at Andromeda will be devoted to conservation of indigenous plant species, so that new compounds would be unearthed in a controlled way. And I want to stress on that, controlled way. Alright, so we will look at the plants, but we'll be able to maintain it, so it would not become, they wouldn't disappear again. Alright, so this is the first of these sessions. We will look again at some other plants in the near future.